So he run out from the captivity of the bandits. So what is your name?
My name is.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us zoom all the way out on Google Earth. The settlement where the remaining hostages are being held is characterized by a cluster of circular huts, dry terrain with cracked soil, agricultural plots with parallel tilling lines, scattered trees winding, unpaved footpaths, surrounded by hills, nearest settlements, Abado and Ukande, hidden river crossings to mislead trackers, multiple escape paths, low population density, easy movement on motorcycles, zero immediate law enforcement presence. Number 1, my brothers and sisters, my global listeners, and all the loyal followers of Intervlog, I welcome you to today's important broadcast. Today, we are not just telling a story, we are reconstructing an event. We are going to use technology. Yes, the mighty power of Google Earth and digital projection to walk through a real-life tragedy that took place on the 28th of November, 2025. I, Mr. Intervlog, will be your guide today. I will take you through the timeline, minute by minute, of how innocent travelers were kidnapped along the Ilorin-Egbe-Lokoja Express Road. And with the help of satellite imagery and the virtual zoom of Google Earth, we shall track their journey from the expressway deep into the hilly rural terrains of the Ushongo local government area in Benue State, close to the small settlements of Abado and Ukande. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is Nigeria's reality on the night of November 28th, 2025. So sit back but stay alert. Let us begin. 4:30 p.m., 9:50 p.m., November 28th, 2025. 4:30 p.m., Abuja, FCT. Ladies and gentlemen, look at our screen. Look at the bright yellow line marking the Abuja-Lokoja route. This is where the story begins. At exactly 4:30 p.m., a young man, 29-year-old Joseph Onoja, enters a car as one of 9 passengers heading towards Kogi State. He is full of hope, carrying nothing but a bag of clothes, his phone, and the energy of someone simply on a journey. He is not aware that fate has placed his name in the middle of a timeline that would soon become the talk of Nigeria. The vehicle travels smoothly past Gwagwalada. The sky begins to darken as evening approaches. Joseph texts his family around 6:12 p.m., telling them, "Ide Road, everything day okay." Little did he know what awaited ahead. 9:50 p.m., 10:42 p.m. 9:50 p.m., approaching Egbe axis, zoom in on the projector. Yes, right there. The Ilorin-Egbe-Lokoja Express Road stretches like a long vein through the rural lands of north-central Nigeria. You can see dark patches of forest cover, rocky hills, and isolated farmlands. This region has had its share of reports of movement by armed groups. But on this night, something more coordinated was happening. Joseph's car is now about 15 kilometers from Agbedi town. The night is calm, not a single sign of suspicion. Other cars are moving normally, but ahead, deep in the shadows, 7 men, Fulani bandits, are waiting. They are not lost, they are not wandering, they are waiting. According to Joseph's later testimony, these men were heavily armed, strategically positioned, and equipped with motorcycles hidden in the nearby bushes. The crucial moments, 10:42 p.m., 10:48 p.m., 10:42 p.m., 5 kilometers to Agbedi town. Pause the satellite image. Zoom in. Look at this spot, this bend on the expressway, marked by dense, bushy vegetation on both sides. This is where everything changed. At exactly 10:42 p.m., the headlights of Joseph's car fall directly onto a sudden obstruction on the road. logs of wood, and large stones arranged to block vehicles. Behind the obstruction, 7 silhouettes rise. Their torches flash violently. The driver has no choice. He stops. 10:43 p.m. Chaos begins. The bandits surround the vehicle, shouting in Fulfulde and Hausa. Gunshots fire into the air. 3 quick shots, then silence. Passengers are forced out at gunpoint. Joseph recalls, "They ordered us to lie on the ground. Anybody way move, them go shoot 'am." Other vehicles behind and ahead are also captured. This brings the total number of victims to about 16. A bus, another car, and multiple motorcycles are intercepted. 10:48 p.m., the march begins. The victims are slapped, beaten, and ordered to remove their slippers. The bandits push them into the bush, marching them deeper into darkness. From this point forward, their journey is no longer on the expressway. It is now a path of fear. 10:48 p.m., 12:30 a.m. Now look at the projector again. The satellite imagery shows the forest zone between the expressway and the Benue boundary. This land is crisscrossed with narrow footpaths used by villagers, hunters, and unfortunately, criminals. The bandits force the victims to walk for almost 2 hours. 11:20 p.m. First river crossing. The group reaches a shallow river. The water is cold, the current is slow, but the bottom is muddy. The bandits order everyone to walk through the river to hide their tracks. Joseph nearly slips, but another victim holds him. 7 bandits, 16 victims, 1 night, and miles to go. 11:58 p.m., second river crossing. The second river is wider, but not deep. By now, some victims are crying, some are praying, but the bandits are silent. They communicate with hand signals. They appear to know the terrain perfectly. They are walking with confidence. They have done this before. Number 2, 12:30 a.m., entering hilly terrain. The terrain begins to elevate. Using the satellite visuals, look here. These are the foothills leading into Ushongo LGA of Benue State. There are dotted farmlands, patches of trees, and narrow, winding pathways. This is the region the bandits were heading toward. 12:30 a.m., 1:18 a.m. 12:30 a.m., approaching the settlement, zoom in again. Look at the composition. Dry, brownish land, scattered green vegetation, circular, thatched structures, parallel lines of farmland, footpaths winding like veins. This is no ordinary random hut cluster. This is a hideout settlement. 12:58 a.m. Entry into the settlement. The victims arrive at a small, isolated settlement located in the Ushongo local government area of Benue State. The settlement consists of more than 9 thatched huts, arranged in a scattered pattern. These huts look old, weather-beaten, and built from mud and thatch. Around them, farmlands with visible ridges, paths crisscrossing the terrain, sparse trees rising like lonely sentinels. Look around on the projector. To the north, the nearest settlement visible from space is Abado. To the east, the closest, is Ukande. But where the victims are taken is far from any official road. This is deliberate. 1:18 a.m. Hostages separated. The bandits divide the victims into smaller groups, assigning 2 men to guard each group. Some victims are tied. Others are threatened with machetes and rifles. They are told, "If your family no ready to pay, you go die here." The kidnappers are calm, organized, confident. This is their territory. The dawn hours, 1:30 a.m., 5:10 a.m., 1:30 a.m., whispered conversations among victims. Joseph manages to whisper to another man beside him. They discuss possibilities of escape, but the bandit next to them overhears and fires a warning shot into the air. Everyone freezes. The bandits continue eating roasted yam and drinking water while the hostages tremble in fear. 2:40 a.m. Communications begin. Phone calls are made to the families of 2 victims. The kidnappers demand millions of naira. Joseph listens. His heart pounds. He knows his family cannot afford millions. He begins thinking about survival, thinking about escape. 4:10 a.m. Changing of guards. 2 bandits go to sleep inside one of the huts. 2 others move to the entrance of the settlement. Joseph studies their movements carefully. He realizes something. Their attention drops when they begin arguing among themselves. 5:02 a.m. The sky begins to lighten. From the satellite projection on our screen, you can see how the terrain becomes visible at dawn. Hills cast long shadows. The circular huts become distinct. The farmlands reflect a dull brown. It is in this dim, early light that Joseph makes a decision that will change the story. 5:10 a.m., 5:46 a.m. 5:10 a.m., opportunity appears. One guard walks away to urinate. The second receives a phone call and turns his back, pacing. Joseph looks around. The other victims are either tied or too weak to run. He whispers, "God a beg, na now." 5:13 a.m., the escape run. Joseph crawls behind one of the small green patches of vegetation. Then another, then another. He reaches a point where the terrain slopes downward. Without thinking twice, he runs. Barefoot, weak, but determined. 5:14 a.m., shouting behind him. The bandits notice. They shout. Gunshots crack through the morning air. But Joseph keeps running. 5:25 a.m., reaching the farmland ridges. This is visible on Google Earth as rectangular lines across the soil. Joseph uses the ridges as cover, crawling and running intermittently. 5:32 a.m., entering a thick bush path. He follows a small trail that leads downhill. The rising sun begins to illuminate the area. 5:46 a.m., he reaches safety. Joseph emerges near a small farming location. Farmers spot him, exhausted, shaking, barefoot. They hide him, give him water, and contact local authorities. Joseph is safe, but the rest of the hostages remain in captivity. Location analysis via projector. An Intervlog exclusive visual breakdown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us zoom all the way out on Google Earth. The settlement where the remaining hostages are being held is characterized by a cluster of circular huts, dry terrain with cracked soil, agricultural plots with parallel tilling lines, scattered trees winding, unpaved footpaths, surrounded by hills, nearest settlements, Abado and Ukande. This terrain favors kidnappers, natural elevation for lookout points, hidden river crossings to mislead trackers, multiple escape paths, low population density, easy movement on motorcycles, zero immediate law enforcement presence. From a projector's perspective, the settlement looks small and harmless, but in reality, it is a strategic criminal hideout. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us. This is Intervlog, bringing voice to the stories that shape our continent. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.